welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing another Q&A. I really enjoy these. I feel like these are one of my favorite videos to make because I feel as though I'm directly interacting with you guys, and I am directly answering questions that I get, and a lot of them are on the topics that I'm super interested in. Like, I love answering questions about crystals and spirituality and all of that type of stuff, and I love giving advice, and I like answering also general, obviously, beauty questions and things like that. So these Q&As, I'm going to try to do them, as I said, bi-weekly, so that like every time I ask you guys to ask me questions, I get like 400 at least messages to ask questions, and I only get through like up to 10 maybe answers in a video. And so I want to be able to answer everyone's questions over time. You know, a lot of people have similar questions, so I feel like if I continue to do these bi-weekly, you know, like over time more and more questions will get answered, and then, you know what I mean, like it'll be kind of more thematic. And yeah, I feel like in that way other people have really similar questions, so when I answer one question I feel like it gives answers to other people's questions as well. I'm sorry if there's a little bit of noise in the background. My dishwasher's running. It's like it shouldn't be that loud, but I noticed really small sounds like that, so I don't know if it's picking up on here, but I apologize if it's super loud. I already went through some of the questions. I screenshotted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions, so be sure to follow me on Instagram at ppbuddy97YT if you're interested in participating. I mean, I know everyone promotes their Instagram. It's like, oh, just hear about it. I know it's like a whole thing, but genuinely, if you want to see more content on days that I'm not vlogging, so I post here on my main channel, and I post on my vlog channel, Daily Polina, and when I'm not on either, which is like maybe twice a week, I'm always Insta storying. So I'm always posting somewhere. Either there's a vlog up, or if I'm not vlogging that day, I am Insta storying. And I really, if you need like direct answers with me, I try to reply to a ton of people on Instagram. So I highly recommend it. I mean, obviously, I have great posts, but I really love interacting via story and stuff like that. Also, really quick, I'll answer some questions. My lip color is the new Marc Jacobs. They're like these lip gloss sticks. Like I wish this was sponsored, but they're so amazing. They're literally just like, it's like a stick that you take out and you put on your lips, and it gives you so much color and lasts very long and hydrates your lips like genuinely like a chapstick, but then gives you the most beautiful gloss. This one's in Matcha Chocolata. Also, I've been linking everything I talk about in my videos in the description. So from what I'm wearing to like makeup that I'm wearing to clothes to everything I talk about, I link for you guys, so it's easy for you to find. So check that out. My sweater is from Wild Fox, and I'll show it in an upcoming haul. Actually, I just got it the other day. I love it so much. I wanted more lounge wear because I, as you know, I work from home. I do all dealer stuff from home. I'm editing from home. I do a lot of my work from home, so I just like to be cozy, and I love this color. So links down below if you guys are interested in this. And then lastly, my necklaces are from Clyde, and the first one I'm wearing up top is this one's going to be coming after the day you're watching this. It'll be launching. It'll be launching Thursday the 24th, 26th. This is Baby by Really XL. These are all 24 karat gold. Obviously Venice gold, and then the bottom one is probably our best seller, which is Sierra, which is out also in silver. All of these are out in silver. So the Beverly one is the big one in silver, but stars finally, after so much popular demand, are in silver. So in case you were wondering about like my makeup and everything, and like I knew that this lip color would be popular because I've gotten asked about it so much, and then everything else. And my bracelets are obviously from Sanio, so I link that down below. But let's start out with this question, which is actually funny that I just touched on this, but this is from Brienne XO Jones. Will you ever start selling crystal bracelets or even crystals, or will you leave that for Mama Button? Love you. I definitely want to leave the crystal bracelets for my mom because she's very talented, and if you've bought any bracelets or you've heard about it, my mom hand makes all these crystal bracelets and then Reiki charges them intently for you for whatever like you need. You can leave in the notes for what you want to manifest or whatever. Like it could be general thing, like let's say you get rose quartz, she'll charge it for the highest good for you to attract love, self-love, whatever. And so she custom makes them so much and is so experienced, and she has like the highest level of Reiki certification. So all that type of stuff I leave up to her. Obviously Glide features crystals on its website. Like we have the moonstone earrings that are really beautiful. I'm not wearing them, I don't mind pointing. We have the selenite necklace, the black tourmaline necklace. We have the Malibu and rose quartz, tiger's eye, aventurine, everything like that. So we do feature crystal pieces because I think the crystals are so beautiful and so powerful and aiding people in their life and well-being. But for the very intent, like Reiki charge, crystal bracelets, that's obviously her thing, and she's so amazing at it, and I could never even be as comparable with that as her. in regards to the crystal bracelet. What is the best way or recommendation on teaching yourself not to fill up on snacks that are needed throughout the day? And in quotes, you put shrinking your stomach. So I feel like that's like a really big thing. Everyone wants to snack, and I would say like I'm definitely one of the people who likes to eat a bunch of small meals throughout the day versus just like one big one. Like I get hungry pretty often, and like I can't just like eat one big breakfast, one big lunch, and one big dinner. Like it doesn't work for me. Like I need snacks throughout the day, so I try to eat a ton of smaller meals throughout the day. Like for example, for breakfast I'll have like Ezekiel. Sometimes I have to do fasted cardio if I wake up early and I'm just headed out. A lot of times I'll just grab a banana and go. Actually, I'm just going to like boot camp Pilates or something really quick. Oftentimes I'll be fasted. It's not really on purpose, but that's how it works. But outdoors I'll have something super small, like Ezekiel toast with peanut butter on it. And then when I get back I'll make my protein smoothie, which I actually do make those all the time. I show it in my vlogs all the time. And then for lunch I'll have something also small. Sometimes I'll have like a little salad with carrots and hummus, and then I don't know, at like 4 p.m. when I'm hungry again, like I'll make, I'm just trying to think, I don't know, maybe I'll have like some fruit or something, or some vegetables cut up or sauteed, and for dinner maybe I'll make like some sort of like nice like chickpea pasta with like oil and black pepper or something. You know what I mean? Like I make a lot of really small things, and I recommend that if possible. I know it's a lot more difficult when you're not like home the entire day, which like a lot of the time like it is really hard to eat that way, because the days that I am home and I'm working full days, work from home, that's when I do that. But a lot of times I'm running around as well, or traveling, things like that, and then it becomes a little bit more difficult. But just try to get like, just maybe stop by, like if you're traveling, just stop by like the supermarket and get like some fruit or some cucumbers, or like, you know what I mean, an apple, a few bananas, like things like that, to make it a little bit more expensive. I know traveling food really adds up, and it's kind of crazy to spend hundreds on food when you look back, you're like, whoa. So maybe try that way. Also things like nuts, like I think it's always good to have like trail mix on you and things like that are like kind of like healthy snacks. Like there's like, I know at Target the other day I got this like trail mix with like an omega-3 mix, and it was really good and filling. On a road trip, and so like I was just eating that, and it was like pretty filling and like a good mid kind of snack before your next meal. So I'd highly recommend just eating smaller portions, and like obviously if possible meal prep. I know people say that, but meal prepping will really help you. Just like cut up some fruit or veggies in containers and bring it with you. Or yeah, just like try to get like maybe a juice in between the day if you can find a place where like a few times you can treat yourself to a juice. I would just say tons of smaller meals, if possible meal prep. Even like, you know, it sounds like so intimidating, I know, but maybe small meal prep, like cut up vegetables, like cut up a bunch of cucumbers, take them to you to school or work, or things like that, you know. Audra Joyce, what is your absolute favorite workout to do? It's really weird because it's kind of about what my body feels. Like so I really love going to Pilates, and I go to like a Pilates boot camp class that I really enjoy because it's very challenging. It's still Pilates. I find a lot of Pilates are just like kind of not as challenging. Like you sweat a little bit, it's like over. Like I want kind of an intense workout because I don't know, like I feel like I'm gonna take the time to like wake up and like go. Like I really want to feel good after, and I know my body is strong enough. Like that's where I guess it comes to, like I know my body is strong enough. I know like how strong I am to do what kind of workouts I can do, so that I'm not like pushing myself to the hardest. I know I'm not improving my body to the full potential. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I know I can lift more, then I'm not doing as much. Or I know I could do an exercise more intensely and shape my body more. It's like bothers me. Like imagine you go and like you didn't get like get your best result. You know what I mean? Because all the work you're getting is like toning and shaping your body. And if I knew I could do it heavier or something harder, I know my results would be greater. Obviously, if I'm going to do more weight and things like that, like, you know, so if I go and waste my time, I don't challenge myself, I can tell that I'm not changing my body. And so I like to do more intense workouts. But I used to do cycling a ton. I did like every single day for 2 years if you followed me, which I think is very fun. I just got really sick of it. I could probably still do like once or twice a week. I don't know, I think when you just like overdo something, you're just like over it. I really love cycling, like I really do, but I just did it for so long, like it kind of, none of it sounds appealing to me anymore. Like I don't want to go, I had like the shoes and everything, I don't want to go in the dark room, and the music and the yelling, like I think it was just like I liked it, and now I'm kind of like over it, but that's a really fun workout, I used to love it, so if anyone started doing it now, they probably love it, honestly. But Pilates is probably my favorite workout to do. Also I do like just doing my basic gym workout that I do, a lot of times it's just like, I like it, it's efficient, I know it like changes my body. Sorry for it's such a extended answer, but definitely I'd say Pilates, but a hard Pilates class, like where I feel challenged. Kayla Cook asked, what crystals would you recommend to have in the house when you have a cat? I have 2 cats, Leo, Padme, and want to have the most positive, high vibe environment for my fur babies. P.S. Love you, keep up the great work. Oh my gosh, thank you, Kayla. I think over a ton. A crystal what I think would be really good always to have on top of this before is selenite. It's auto cleansing. It's really, really great to have. It'll keep cleansing the energy throughout the areas. Maybe if you have a special room where maybe like your cat is in the most or your cat like sleeps in the most, it'd be really great to put selenite. So like, I don't know if they ever feel stressed or anything like that, can clearly clear away that energy. Obviously rose quartz, I know it seems obvious, but you know, it's very, very strong, and a lot of times cats and dogs will migrate towards rose quartz. So if you want to put it in the areas, again, where they are the most, it'll make them feel the most safe. Or if you have a dog, maybe where the dog sleeps, it'd be really good to put rose quartz and selenite. If your animal is having trouble sleeping, you want to maybe like use more like blue calcite and stones like of the blue, kind of like a baby blue color, which will really help to put them maybe under, like I know dogs have beds, maybe under the dog bed, that would really help. Rose quartz, also I know cats are a little bit different because they kind of sleep wherever, but I think putting a rose quartz in the area that they're the most. Also near the area, near their litter box, I highly recommend putting a citrine. It really helps with digestion. So in case they like, you know, sometimes your cats just like eat random shit on the floor and things like that, you want to make sure it all gets out. Or like Coco had sometimes would eat, this was like so long ago, like a whole ordeal, but she was eating little rubber bands I didn't know she was eating. So like I started placing the citrine to help get those all out, and it really helped. And so I think citrine would be really good to have in the area that they're, you know, doing their business. And then I'm trying to think what other ones. It really depends on like what your cat's needs are. Like if, yeah, like any ones that are like kind of like a baby blue color are very calming. Like I really recommend salicite or blue calcite for them if they're kind of stressed, to put it where they are or under their beds or where they're around the most. And those are the kind of like the three that immediately come to mind. You can always put black tourmaline for protection, you know. But animals are more like in the flow and more like they're kind of always like in the state of receiving and unconditional love, so it's a little bit like easier for them than humans. I feel like humans, the thought patterns are a lot more intense, so we need the more protective crystals more, but those are the ones that I recommend. Megan X Robinson asked, what book is best for someone that wants to start learning about manifestation / crystals / meditation? So a few beginner books. I'm trying to like reflect back. I guess like two books that immediately come to mind is Creative Visualization. I'll link these books down below also for you guys in the description if you're interested. I don't remember, she's a really amazing author. I've read a ton of her books. Why am I blanking her name? But it's called Creative Visualization. And it really will explain to you the process of visualization. It will kind of discuss how that works in a meditative state. It'll kind of give you small exercises to do so you're not like very intimidated. Let's say you're a beginner, you're like, I have no idea where to start. She'll really like explain and like break everything down to you and explain why and like how and like methods, and we'll walk you through like exercises throughout the book so you can see how it like directly works. So I love that. And then Ask It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. I think it's Abraham and Jerry Hicks. I think who, I'm not sure how it's credited, if it's credited just Abraham or just Esther and Jerry. But Ask It Is Given is probably one of the most powerful, life-changing books I've read. It's like one of those, it's like beginner and high level at the same time. Like you could read it not knowing anything and it will literally change your life. And I still reread it now and like remind myself of little bits and pieces, and that still continue to change my life. So the next question is from Nicole Cunningham, and her question is, how can I advance myself to a better position and make more money? And this is a really great question, and it's kind of like a question that has a lot, like a multifaceted answer that's like so powerful and so simple at the same time. So a lot of people ask me, like, I get this message all the time, how do I make more money? How do I make more money? Things like that. And it all starts with your mindset. And I know like probably maybe you've heard that before, or maybe you haven't heard that before, but not like most of your money situation is based on your subconscious beliefs about money. So it depends, like when you grew up, you know, like what did you hear your parents saying about money? Like did you hear your parents say, no, you can't have that, or no, we can't afford that, or your parents saying like, yes, you can have that, yes, we can afford that? And like how did your parents talk about others who had money? Like when your parents saw someone that was wealthy, did they make, you know, like rude remarks that kind of in your head causes connection that, oh, like people with money are bad or things like that? Or did your parents do the opposite, where they saw that you who did grow up in a wealthy family, and so you do have more of like that abundance mindset? It's all like a lot of childhood programming that kind of forms that mindset, and it's how your parents really view money that gets engraved in you as an adult, because like the way that's how your perception of the world gets formed. So that's kind of how it gets formed. You know, like you start forming beliefs about money, like really, really deep down. Like, do you believe that like you can have a lot of money, or do you believe that can you visualize yourself with like millions of dollars, for example? Or what do you think about people that have money? So Those are like the really things you want to look at first, and then you should start changing the subconscious limiting beliefs. So like, I don't know, I see this all the time. Like, someone will see someone wealthy and make a rude remark, and what you're saying, just so you know, to the universe is immediately like you're judging that person that whatever has a lot of money, and in that moment of judging that, like, you don't like that person has a lot of money, you're literally telling the universe like, oh, I don't want to have a lot of money, because you just saw that and you made a negative remark. So you're kind of like showed that like you like punished it, you like negatively commentated on it, and that's telling the universe like, oh, like she doesn't want to have that. Because like if you have to, like, I've heard people say this, act as if, but you really have to change the really subconscious beliefs. Like if you had millions of dollars and you saw another girl who had millions of dollars, like it would not rub you the wrong way. Like, I don't know, once you start to celebrate, you need to live as if you already have the things that you would like. So you see someone with like 2 or 3 private jets, you're like, oh my gosh, like that's amazing. Like I wonder like what their pilot's name is. Like my pilot's name is Hank, and like I just like wonder what their pilot's name is. Like maybe our pilots could get together, like a bonfire, like that would be really nice. Like you need to stay in the mindset of the mind frame of the vibration that you want to be on, and then you over time will attract the things that will lift you to that vibration. Like you can't be sitting there, or and like watch what you're saying. Like you can't I don't even want to say the phrase. People say I'm blank, or people complain about their lack of money but say they want more. Whatever you focus on, you draw continuously. So let's say you always focus on how you're saying like you don't have enough money or whatever, cancel clearly, you are continuously attracting not having enough money. So like you start changing the story. And I know it's difficult, especially if you've had this programming for a really long time. Let's say you're even in your late 20s or something. I understand it's like to undo all of that isn't always easy, but you should make small steps. So watch how you talk about money, watch how you talk about your wealth, watch how you talk about your finances. When your friends ask you, oh, can you do something, what do you say to them? Even if, let's say you don't have the full funds to go with them, you could respond a different way. You could say, oh, like, I'm doing this day, or like, instead of saying, I can't blank that, or oh, I'm blank, things like that, you know what I mean? Or sometimes this is like you can do vibrational jumps. It's a little bit more, people you really have to believe what you're doing though, but you can spend outside of, let's say, your budget or whatever to jump to the frequency of a higher like income, but you really have to believe. That's like a tricky thing to do. Like I don't recommend doing that if you like fully already believe that you are in that frequency, and that does work, but you just need to like already fully believe you're in the frequency. Let's say there's like a dress, or I don't know, a car. I'm trying to think of something that maybe is outside, but you can take that leap, and like if you can really stay in that vibration, focus that you already have. All that, sorry, I'm playing with my hair. Then if you can sustain that vibration and then get that, because it'll make you feel like you're on that frequency, you'll attract wealth a lot quicker. But that I said, I would recommend you fully know that you believe it at your core. Also, so yeah, I'd say watch when you talk about things, change your story, like change that. Like you need to change the story. Like if you want to be wealthy, you're going to start liking people who are wealthy. Like, oh, like you could, so change the way you describe it. Like you'd be like, well, there's nice wealthy people and there's rude wealthy people, just like there's nice poor people and rude poor people. Like there's no different. Money just makes you more of who you are, honestly. And so it doesn't, if you're a good person, it's just going to make you more of a good person, make you so generous, want to uplift everyone around you. And if you're a nasty person, money's just going to, you know, make you more manipulative or more power hungry or whatever. But that's already at the core of who you are, wealthy or not. So that's like what I really recommend, is making a small shift, and you will see your life transform. Watch the way you talk about yourself, watch the way you talk about the things you can and can't do, watch the way you react to others with or without money. The clearest way you can see is how you feel about money is how do you like feel when you see things, see wealth and abundance around you. I don't know what I mean. Like you have to like welcome it, because if you want that in your life, you have to be celebrating other people's abundance. People who are around you are successful or wealthy or even millionaires. It's amazing. You celebrate that and you like love that and you congratulate them, because that's like the frequency that you need to uplift. So that's, I think that it all starts with subconscious beliefs. You can obviously like get like little hacks, how to make a little, save a little, make an extra here and there. But if you want to gather and sustain like a high amount of wealth and financial abundance, then you need to change the core beliefs, because the core beliefs are like a magnet that's attracting your financial situation to you. So you can quickly jump out of there, quickly save, or quickly get some extra. It's not going to be sustainable. You need to change the mindset you have at your core, and then the financial abundance will come. You need to sustain the mindset. That's the hardest thing in the first little bit of doing that. When you, in your reality, you can't see what you are focused on, and you feel like there's proof against you consistently, but what you're seeing physically is just like a previous vibrational manifestation. So the quicker you can change the vibration around you of wealth, within a few weeks you'll see things really transforming for you. So those are the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed. You can always again follow me on Instagram at POSTMATES. Don't forget the YT, ladies. I love you guys so much. I have so much good stuff coming for you. Be sure to subscribe and hit the post notifications, and I will chat with you so soon.